This is the WP Week podcast, powered by Kinsta, Profile Press, and WP Job Openings, your weekly briefing on everything happening in the WordPress ecosystem. From community conversations to evolving tools and platform shifts, we break down the stories that matter and what they mean for what comes next. Kinsta delivers lightning-fast load times, enterprise-grade security, and automatic daily backups powered by Google Cloud's premium tier network. Profile Press lets you sell subscriptions, digital downloads, courses, and restrict content with Stripe and PayPal integrations. And WP Job Openings is the easiest way to set up a professional career page and start accepting applications in just minutes. The talk of the town this week is the introduction of WP Bench by the WordPress Core AI team. WP Bench is now the official WordPress AI benchmark, designed to evaluate how well language models actually understand WordPress development. As AI tools become more deeply embedded in developer workflows, this benchmark sets a clear standard for what WordPress-aware AI should really mean. In WordPress and around the ecosystem, nominations have opened for WordPress core team representatives for 2026. The new reps will succeed Francesca Morano, JB Audras, and Benjamin Zekovica, with the deadline for nominations set for February 1, 2026. This is an important moment for contributors who want to help shape the direction and coordination of WordPress core development. Looking ahead to WordPress 7.0, Vue transitions are confirmed to become part of WP Admin, initially limited to the admin area, as confirmed by Felix Arntz. This lays the groundwork for smoother, more app-like transitions in the WordPress admin experience. WordPress Playground also received 3 notable UI updates. There is now a dedicated dashboard for managing saved playgrounds, a clear warning with a one-click option to save unsaved work, and new quick access links that make navigating common admin pages faster and easier. Alongside these changes, Playground has dropped support for PHP 7.2 and 7.3, with PHP 7.4 now set as the minimum supported version. For developers, the January 2026 updates bring several meaningful improvements. These include a more flexible, responsive grid block, a new dedicated font library screen in WP Admin, expanded support for PHP-only block registration, and continued progress toward app-like routing inside the editor. Together, these changes signal steady movement toward a more modern and extensible development experience. On the WooCommerce front, version 10.5 will completely remove the accessible private methods trait. This trait was introduced in WooCommerce 7.0 and deprecated in 9.6, so extensions still relying on it may break. Developers are advised to either include the trait themselves or stop using it entirely. WooCommerce 10.5 will also introduce an experimental product object caching feature aimed at improving performance. Security remains a major focus this week. A critical privilege escalation vulnerability was patched in the Modular DS plugin, where attackers could bypass authentication and gain admin access. The issue is fixed in version 2.5.2, and users are strongly urged to update immediately. According to the Wordfence Intelligence Weekly WordPress Vulnerability Report covering January 5 to January 11, 2026, a total of 264 vulnerabilities were disclosed across 214 plugins and 31 themes, underlining the importance of staying up to date. Beyond WordPress, Node.js has patched an async hook Stack Overflow denial of service issue. The bug caused applications using async hooks or async local storage to crash instead of throwing a catchable error when deep, user-controlled recursion exhausted the stack, enabling denial of service attacks. This issue has now been addressed. In the AI and cloud space, Claude has introduced Cowork, a new feature that allows Claude to access a folder on your computer to read, edit, or create files. This enables more autonomous task completion, such as organizing downloads, generating spreadsheets, or drafting reports. Wiz Research also revealed a serious supply chain issue involving the AWS console, where a code build misconfiguration was exploited to hijack key AWS GitHub repositories, including the JavaScript state that powers the AWS console. Meanwhile, Google has launched personal intelligence for Gemini in beta in the US, allowing users to connect apps like Gmail, Photos, YouTube, and Search, so Gemini can reason across personal data and deliver more tailored assistance with user permission. In community news, Guildenberg will shut down on January 31, 2026. After nearly 4 years, co-founders Tammy Lister and Jonathan Wold are joining Convisio as Chief Product Officer and Chief Business Development Officer, while Luke Carbis will continue contributing to WordPress. A wide range of product and plugin updates also landed this week. Check out WC version 11.0 introduces post-purchase upsells on the thank you page and A/B testing for order bumps. Divi 5 is scheduled for release on February 26, marking the end of its beta period, with 40% of users already using it, and Divi 4 supported for another 6 months. Oxygen Builder version 6 is nearing launch after 5 beta releases and a 1 year of development, representing a complete rewrite focused on speed, precision, and design control. Winden is now open source for Gutenberg, opening up its Tailwind CSS compiler workflow to the wider community. ACF Pro 6.8 Beta 2 has been released with automatic structured data using schema.org and Abilities API support. Groundworks Core 1.3.0 adds new carousel and layout blocks, including dynamic flow, static flow, and featured posts, giving creators more control over content display. Simple. CAPTCHA alternative with Cloudflare. Turnstile version 1.37.0 improves. Elementor integration adds alignment options, removes the Elementor integration method setting, updates the settings page and debug log, and fixes several issues across WooCommerce, widgets, and Forminator. MailerPress 1.2 introduces native Elementor and Bricks Builder integrations, a revamped bounce handling system, and new custom redirect options. A preview of Search and Filter 3.2.0 showcased a new admin UI, redesigned options, and upgraded block editor support. Revive to Sky v1.1 adds a Blue Sky test connection button to confirm integrations are working as expected. Conversion Bridge 1.12 brings a new UTM reports dashboard, additional integrations, multiple metapixel support, and enhanced custom events. Dynamic tags for Elementor are now free as part of the Plus add-ons for Elementor, enabling designs to automatically pull in content like titles, images, and links. Outside of WordPress-specific tools, jQuery 4.0.0 has been released, marking the first major update in nearly a decade. It removes legacy code, deprecated APIs, and support for older browsers like IE10 and below, while adding ES module support and improved content security policy handling. Several events and educational updates were also announced. Web Agency Summit 2026 is returning for its 6th year and will run from April 27 to 30, focusing on helping agencies win better clients and scale their businesses. WordCamp Asia 2026 has announced its 2nd round of speakers, including Anna Herko, Jonathan Desrosiers, Rebecca Markowitz, and Ryan Welcher. WordPress.com has launched a new free course titled Grow Your Website's Audience, covering content creation, SEO, social media, email marketing, promotion, analytics, and long-term planning. WordPress.com also introduced an enhanced code block with syntax highlighting for over 100 languages, along with file names, line numbers, copy buttons, and drag-and-drop support. A new market analysis report, WordPress in 2026 by Human Made, explores trends such as enterprise-ready no-code editing, AI-driven agentic ecosystems, and open, portable data architectures, offering a forward-looking view for digital leaders and product teams. Thomas Zwerner has launched a new website to showcase his 16 open-source plugins, complete with tutorials and guidance to help users discover his work in an AI-driven search landscape. Nathan Wrigley is looking for guests for a new non-technical podcast covering a wide range of topics, and interested participants can now apply. Jimmy Tavares has launched 3 anonymous surveys exploring freelancing, plugins, mental health, trust, and challenges in the WordPress ecosystem, with the goal of shaping a documentary around real developer and customer experiences. Matt Medeiros raised concerns about potential bot traffic on YouTube in relation to WP Legend's reported monthly listens, while Gautam Khurana of Seahawk rejected the claims, attributing growth to hard work and paid promotion. Felix Arntz has joined Vercel after 7 years at Google to work on the AI SDK, noting that he has not been sponsored by Google for WordPress contributions since April 2025. Parvez Akhtar shared how he turned a $0 plugin acquisition into $80,000 in revenue within 6 months by focusing on fundamentals like SEO, documentation, onboarding, and support. Wordfence also published an explainer on brute force attacks and credential stuffing, outlining how attackers commonly attempt to break into WordPress sites. Wrapping up with new projects, Synced Pattern Pop-ups by Matt Cromwell allows users to build and manage pop-ups using the native block editor. Generate Block Skills by Gaurav Tiwari is an open-source collection of AI-optimized skill files that teach large language models how to build layouts with Generate Blocks. LoyaltyX helps WooCommerce stores boost retention through points-based rewards. Accessibility Magic adds a front-end accessibility widget that lets visitors customize visual and readability options without changing site content. Build Mode by Harish Chauhan makes it easy to enable maintenance, coming soon, or under construction pages with one click. Finally, FreshRank has released its free version to the repository, offering AI-driven content analysis to optimize content for both traditional search engines and AI platforms. That wraps up this week's roundup, packed with releases, milestones, new tools, and plenty of movement across the ecosystem. Thanks for listening to the WP Week podcast, sponsored by Kinsta, Profile Press, and WP Job Openings. We'll catch you next week with more stories from the world of WordPress.